Hey guys, welcome to Sup Sheridan. I'm Stephanie Alba.
And I'm Justine Planik. Today we're focusing on stress and ways that students can deal with it. Coming up on the show, we have an interview with a Sheridan grad who helps students stay calm and confident.
And Bella Criscala will introduce us to a group of average Joes who use sports to clear their minds. But first, are you feeling overwhelmed? Don't know where to go to relieve stress? Hang out with a dog. Justine spoke to Irene Valmus from Therapeutic Paws of Canada about how dogs and other pets can help your mental health.
Exams are coming, and the ongoing trend over the past few years is paw rooms visiting schools all over Canada to help students de-stress.
Dogs make me happy because they're amazing. You know, like they're adorable. They can brighten up the room really.
I guess when you come home from like a long or hard, tough day, you open the door and you look at them and they're just always excited to see you. No matter how bad your day was, it just brightens it up right away. It's awesome.
They're just so fluffy and they're so loving.
So thank you so much for talking to us, first of all. I really appreciate it. My first question for you is just to explain a little bit more about the organization and what you guys do.
So Therapeutic Paws of Canada is a national nonprofit organization, and we are entirely volunteer-based. What it is that we service with animals, mainly dogs, but we do have some cats. They're certified therapy pets, and they visit with anybody who is in need. That could be anywhere from a hospital to a school to a library. Anywhere where there are needs for it. We even have a Pause to Read program, a Pause for Comfort. We attend hospitals, anything along those lines.
Why do you think dogs or cats or pets of any sort help out with stress and mental health in people?
Dogs have this unconditional sense about them, and they're non-judgmental, they're approachable. All they want to do is please. And so when somebody is in need and they see a dog, it just removes any stress. It actually has been documented that it lowers blood pressure to be around a dog and pet a dog. And it engages the individual, and I think it removes them from the time of pain that they're in, or discomfort or stress levels. There's a significant human and animal bond that exists, and I think the foundation starts there when it comes to the effects of both physiological and psychological that humans get from the presence of an animal.
This exam season, think about turning to animals in times of stress to get you through your study session.
That's too cute. But the end of the final semester is always a stressful one. We're trying to meet important deadlines, and sometimes we forget to take a moment to de-stress. Luckily, today's guest is a Sheridan alumnus who has experience with balancing student life and personal life. Mahfouz, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us how you came up with the idea of Project Reinvention?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was younger, I've always reached out in the industry, and I used to see that there's a lot of great personal development stuff that was created for executives, CEOs, presidents, just to really help them grow and bank on their strengths and get better at it.
Yeah.
And I started realizing that there just wasn't a lot of stuff that was available for students as much as there were for big executives, guys that are already in the industry. And I was at a very difficult time in my life, and I started using a lot of these resources, things like audiobooks, attending seminars, meeting mentors, and really just becoming better overall, just improving my strengths and becoming stronger at what I do. So I thought one day that maybe that if it worked for me, maybe it also works for other students.
What are some tips that you have for students who are nervous for after graduation?
Sure. I want to put this group into almost two different groups. The first group are people that are still looking for their internships. I can imagine how nerve-wracking that is. Yeah. And I really want to push forward the opportunity to use a tool like LinkedIn to help them to find the job that they're looking for. Yeah. You can reach out to these CEOs immediately, have a direct conversation with them and these HR reps, and actually build a reputation and a relationship with them. And it's just such an opportunity. The second group are people that have their internship and are super nervous about getting in there. But it's also important to remember and don't even get excited about the idea that people in the industry are always looking for fresh ideas. And here's an opportunity for students to bring things that they learned from Sheridan College, go into their internship and actually share these ideas with the employers and impress them and really help the business grow.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Mahfouz. Your tips are so helpful. So Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We're going to take our first short break, but stay tuned. When we come back, we'll show you a school for the deaf that's producing newscasts in American Sign Language, and we'll tell you about why VIA's putting the brakes on a cheap pass for students.
Welcome back. I'm Raya Walford with the latest news. A man has been arrested after a traffic stop ended with a Toronto police officer firing her gun in the city's East End today. During the traffic stop, police say that the suspect fled on foot after being pulled over. He was arrested a short distance away. 8 people are in custody and police are searching for 3 others following a seizure of almost 40 kilograms of drugs in the Toronto and York region. Police executed 18 search warrants, including 3 on alleged synthetic drug production labs, 2 in Toronto and 1 in Markham. Toronto police are asking for help locating a man wanted in a sexual assault investigation. Officers say a 16-year-old girl was in a residence near St. Clair Avenue East and Danforth Road area when a man entered the home and sexually assaulted her. The man is described as Asian, 5'10", medium build, and black hair. He was wearing a black suit jacket and gray shirt, and police have also issued a public safety alert after 3 sexual assaults in the Warden and McNichol area. Sarnia police say 2 men are charged with human trafficking after a tip from provincial police. The 23 and 25-year-old are in custody awaiting a bail hearing. The pair allegedly forced a 19-year-old woman to be an escort in various cities over 2 years. Carleton University is urging staff and students to change their passwords because of a potential hacking scare. The university says it discovered USB key logging devices on some classroom computers. Carleton says it's not aware of having anyone having their personal information breached because of the devices. Members of the European community are voicing opinions on the British government triggering Article 50.
This is the first time that a member state has decided to leave us. Although we fully respect the democratic will of the majority of the British people, but today is not a good day for Europe.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel says she wants Britain and the EU to remain close partners. British PM Theresa May called the 2-year divorce process a historic moment for which there can be no turning back. The U.S. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes is being encouraged to recuse himself from the probe into the Trump campaign's ties to Russia. The House Russia probe has been put on hold and Democrats are accusing Nunes of stalling. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer is facing controversy for scolding our reporter April Ryan over her questions about the Trump administration's alleged ties to Russia.
You're shaking your head. I appreciate it, but understand this, that at some point the facts are what they are. It seems like you're hell-bent on trying to make sure that whatever image you want to tell about this White House.
It's not about me, but if it becomes about me, it's a sad day. Or any other reporter, it is about the issue for the American people. We cover the President of the United States for the American people. It's not about us, it's about you, the people.
Following yesterday's debacle, Spicer gave Ryan the first question during today's White House briefing. Protests continue in Paris today after police killed a Chinese father of 4. Police say the man attacked officers with a pair of scissors. His family says he had the scissors because he had been cutting fish. Iraqi federal police are battling on the streets of Mosul. They're advancing on ISIS fighters in the western half of the city. The campaign to flush the terror group from its last stronghold has intensified in recent weeks. A 50-year-old Canadian woman was freed from a Turkish prison while her lawyer pursues an appeal. H.A. Hepper was sentenced to 2 years and 4 months in jail for insulting the country's president. Hepper is unable to leave Turkey until a decision is reached, and following the term of her sentence, Hepper will be banned from the country. Ford has recalled 440,000 vehicles for fire safety and door latch problems. The recalled vehicles include the 2013 Fusion, 2014 Fiesta ST, Fusion, Escape, Transit Connect, and the 2015 Transit Connect. It sounded like a sweet deal when Via Rail announced a special travel pass to celebrate Canada's 150th. It allows 12 to 25-year-olds to travel on all routes as much as they want for the month of July for only $150. Well, they've now suspended the pass because of high demand. Via Rail says it's pleasantly surprised by Canadians' enthusiasm to take part in the Canada 150 celebrations. That's your news update for today. Let's head back to the studio.
Our reporter Quinn Vertoli is filming a documentary about EC Drury School for the Deaf in Milton. The students put on daily newscasts entirely in American Sign Language, and here's a sneak peek.
Wow, I mean, to me it's a respectful, supportive place. For teachers, students, staff, we're all here for each other. You know, always ready to lend a hand. I'm the director of our Spartan News, the morning announcements. I also cover the anchor desk when need be. I also do some of the tech repair on the cameras.
It's language, it's American Sign Language. Because when I came here, I came from a hearing school, and when I was there, I was the only deaf student in that board, and I really didn't know what was going on. I didn't know anything, and I remember a woman coming up to me and saying, "Why won't you try EC Jury? It's more of an environment that's immersed in language and rich for you."
We're going to take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we get back, Bella will talk about the huge Leafs win last night.
And Jessica will have the latest news and entertainment, including a new Wreck-It Ralph movie. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Sub Sheridan. Coming up, Jessica Palumbo will give you all the latest in the entertainment world, including lots of talk about Drake.
But first, Bella Kurskala has the sports updates. So Bella, I hear it was a good night for Austin Matthews and the Leafs. And how about those Jays?
Well, Justine, the Jays wrap up their Florida portion of their spring training this afternoon against the New York Yankees. Toronto then travels for a pair of exhibition games on Friday and Saturday before opening the regular season Monday in Baltimore. The Jays were also in action yesterday, drilling the Phillies 10-4 after trailing 2-0 in the first. Troy Tulowitzki and Melvin Upton Jr. each homered during Toronto's 5-run second inning. Josh Donaldson recorded his first hits of spring with the double and a homer. Rookie sensation Austin Matthews has made franchise history. Matthews put one past former Leafs goalie James Reimer to net his 35th goal of the season. His goal breaks the previous record of 34, which was set by former Leafs captain Wendell Clark. Matthews says, just to be in the same sentence as a guy like Wendell Clark is a big honor. A lot of my credit is to my line mates all season. It's definitely pretty special. Matthews opened the game last night with a quick shot to give the Buds a 1-0 lead, and Leo Komarov would give the Leafs one more, and the team would head into the second period with a 2-0 lead. Riley Smith would give the Panthers some hope after a tip in the second period, but the Leafs would hold on to beat the Panthers 3-2. The team currently sits third in the Atlantic Division with 87 points. And the Raptors are looking for their 7th straight victory as they host the Charlotte Hornets at the ACC tonight. Toronto is coming off a high-scoring victory against the Orlando Magic, where they won 131-112. Forward DeMare Carroll, who has missed the last 2 games with a sore back, is expected to be game-time decision. And to all you students feeling stressed right now, we have found a solution for you. Average Joe Sports League is a perfect way to de-stress and have some fun. Now let's take a look at what it looks like to be an average Joe athlete. With the end of the semester approaching and exams just around the corner, the pressure of school is starting to build. Many students are looking for ways to relieve stress while having some fun at the same time. Average Joe Sports Club in Oakville gives people the chance to play a different sport every week in a recreational league. And students are finding that Average Joe's is the perfect way to forget about everything they have going on in their everyday life.
Studying has the word dying in it. Aerosports has the word sport in it, so you gotta play some sports, right? So you gotta warm up, you gotta get it going, the blood flowing, and honestly, come here, and I guaranteed you'll get like 10% higher on your exam.
Coming from university, college, same thing, always assignments, everything. So, I mean, to de-stress, get out your anger if you have any, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. You get to meet new people, so I would definitely recommend a lot of people to try this out.
Students find that having the chance to be physically active is exactly what they need after spending so many hours in the classroom. Even our own crew here at Sub Sheridan sees the benefits of being physically active.
Being in a program where I'm on the computer a lot, it really helps me to get up and get out and just have a good time one night a week because, like I said, this is really busy time of the year, so it helps me to get loose and just have some fun.
Average Joe Sports League is available in the GTA area, and you can be a part of a team for about $72. Teams play sports ranging from dodgeball, floor hockey, and even ultimate frisbee. That's all the sports news I have for you today. Now let's head over to Jessica, who is the latest in entertainment news. So Jess, I hear we may be getting a sequel for another Disney movie?
That's right, Bella. Disney has revealed the release date and title for Wreck-It Ralph sequel. Sharing the news at CinemaCon in Las Vegas with an online trailer, it was announced that the sequel to the smash hit animation would hit theaters on March 2018 and will be titled Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. The film will see John Reilly return to the lead alongside Sarah Silverman and director Rich Moore, who also will return. George Michael's funeral has taken place 3 months after his sudden death at the age of 53. His family says a small private ceremony will be attended by family and close friends. In the statement, they thanked his fans for their many messages of love and support, following the funeral thought to have been held in London. Michael died of natural causes at his home on Christmas Day. Bob Dylan will accept his Nobel Prize for Literature in Stockholm this weekend. Dylan is the first songwriter to win the award and the first American since novelist Toni Morrison in 1993. It took him more than 2 weeks to make any public comment, finally saying the honor had left him speechless. But in a statement read out to his behalf, he said that he had thought the odds of winning were as likely as him standing on the moon, and it was truly beyond words to receive the prize. The American singer was awarded the prize in October, but failed to travel and pick up the award. He may have started from the bottom, but now Drake's sitting on top of music charts again. More Life, the Toronto rapper's latest release, is officially a record breaker. The 22-track album, which Drake has described as a playlist project, set a new US record for most online streams from a single album in 1 week, with 385 million streams recorded across all platforms. The topped the previous record held by Drake's last album, Views, which had gathered 245 million streams in a week. But some fans overseas aren't too happy with the rapper. Drake's fans in Amsterdam were furious when the hip-hop star canceled a concert for the third time in 3 months. Videos uploaded to social media show a large crowd inside the Ziggo Dome react in anger the moments after a woman came to stage to share the bad news. According to a spokesperson, Drake was feeling ill and under doctor's orders not to perform. Despite the women explaining to the audience that their tickets would be valid at another Drake show, videos of fans booing and yelling obscenities directed at the Canadian superstar. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced today that additional guests will be at hand on April 7th at the Barclays Center to induct this year's newest class. Snoop Dogg will induct the late rapper Tupac Shakur into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, while Pharrell Williams will induct Nile Rodgers during the ceremony in Brooklyn next month. Performers at this year's ceremony include Lenny Kravitz, Alicia Keys, and the Indigo Girls. The crime rate is high, and so is the mayor. The saga of Rob Ford is coming to the big screen, but with a Hollywood twist. The movie Phil City follows a mayor inspired by Rob Ford who is caught on video smoking crack, and he'll do whatever it takes to keep it out of the wrong hands. There may be some parts of the film that have been over-exaggerated, but the crack video on a cell phone is certainly a part of the film. If you missed the first screening, a second free showing of the Phil City will take place on April 3rd. That's all the entertainment news I have for you today. Now let's head back over to Steph and Justine.
Thanks, Jessica. We're going to take one more quick break, but don't go anywhere.
When we get back, we'll have a look at the weather for the week and some weird news stories, including yoga classes with cats. See you soon.
Sup Sheridan, I'm Alicia, and I'm part of the BFTV program, and here's your weather forecast for today. We're sitting at some warmer spring temperatures right now over the past few days, and today we're currently sitting at a high of 8 degrees with some sun and clouds mixed in. Tomorrow the temperature starts to fall as we hit 3 degrees, and apparently winter is not over yet. There is a special weather warning in effect with chances of freezing rain. Friday the temperature is pretty low as a high of 5 with a chance of 5 to 10 centimeters of snow in the forecast. Saturday, the temperature rises to a high of 9 with a mix of sun and clouds, and then to end the weekend off, on Sunday, the temperature stays at the same at a high of 9 while being mainly sunny. Lastly, on Monday, the forecast calls for mainly sunny with a high of 7. That's all the weather I have for you today. Just remember for you guys to be safe out there on the roads. Back to you in the studio.
Now let's head over to Jessie Cabral, who's live at our Sheridan Trafalgar Gym, getting ready to show us some yoga. Jessie?
Thank you. I'm here with Susan, and we're talking about how yoga can help de-stress students. So, Susan, tell me, what are your thoughts on yoga for de-stressing for students?
Yoga is a perfect thing for students. Often when we're stressed out, we don't breathe properly, so yoga is going to bring an awareness of your breath, and we just get all tense and crunched up, so yoga is going to help open the body as well.
Okay, so I hear you have some poses that you want to show us?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Come to the top of your mat.
Okay.
We're just going to inhale up, look up, bring your palms together, and then exhale, wide eyes like swan dive, come all the way down, and then inhale halfway up, so you have a nice flat back, and then exhale to forward, inhale, arms wide, come all the way up, tipping your back in, and then palms together, exhale. Just do that one more time. So drop your hands. Inhale up. Palms together. hold. Inhale, arms wide and all the way up. Take that way back again. Hands together. Exhale, gently find. Now stand sideways on your mat facing me. Wide feet. We're going to turn one foot out and arms out at shoulder height. And just bend that front knee into warrior pose. So shoot fire out of your fingertips. So now you feel nice and strong. Drop your shoulders down. Good. And then straighten that front leg. We're going to reach down so the chest is nice and open and we can breathe. And inhale, exhale, come back up. Just turn your feet to the other side. Come down and bend that knee. Good.
All right.
And then straighten it and open.
All right, so thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for showing us the yoga. And students, if you're looking for more yoga, definitely take the classes here at Sheridan. As you can see, the instructors are very good. Back to you in the studio.
Nice warrior pose, Jesse. We just showed him doing some yoga, but now we've got cats on the mat. The Paws Animal Center in Bangor, Maine is using free cat yoga classes as a way to introduce people to cats who are in need of a home. The executive director of Paws got the idea from other animal shelters in the United States. She says it was a win-win not only because it's a good way for cats to get adopted, but it's also therapeutic. The yoga trend known as Meowga started when a yoga practitioner and pet shelter volunteer posted a video on YouTube doing yoga with her cats.
There's a good chance that a spider is staring at you right now with its glistening 8 eyes emerging from a darkened corner. A recent entomological survey shows that spiders are literally everywhere and consume between 360 and 720 million tons of prey in a given year. This means that spiders eat as much meat as you'd find on 7 billion people and could basically consume every human on the planet. Stay safe out there, guys.
That's ridiculous.
I absolutely hate anything that's little. I found a cockroach the other day on my bed.
Oh no!
It was disgusting. I could not sleep for the longest time.
No, if there's a spider in my room, I won't sleep until it's out of there. Like, I don't want it crawling in my mouth, you know? And how about those cats doing yoga? Like, I would love to do that. I want to teach my cat to do yoga with me.
I do love cats, but I hate yoga. I can't stretch. My body is just super stiff. So that's all for us here at Sub Sheridan.
Tune in next Wednesday for our final show. Have a great week.